Great to have your company for another Stone and Wood post show here at the Burton Automotive Newcastle Surfest, presented by Bonsoy. A day of excellent conditions, excellent surfing, and finished off with an excellent heat score total from Peterson Crisanto. What a way to wrap up a huge day. Ronnie Blakey sitting alongside the great Richie Lovett and Vaughan Blakey. G'day, Vaughno.
Hey, Ron. Yeah, fair call.
You're great in my books, mate. You're great in my books.
You know you're great. You know you're great. But we don't want that head to grow any bigger than it already is. Hey, unbelievable day. Conditions were firing, and we needed it after yesterday. Rich, it was so tricky out there yesterday.
Yesterday was horrible. Let's just call it what it is. It was challenging, really windy, big conditions. Today was one of those epic days. It was one for the record books.
One for the books.
It'll go down in history as one of the best days for Surfest. Multiple excellent rides. It was a barrel fest. We saw incredible surfing of just fizzing all day.
Yeah, performance levels were really high, Vaughno, elevated. Everyone was pretty psyched. Obviously, people survived yesterday. We had no choice, though. We had to run. We had 2 lay days. It's all systems go from here on in. And yeah, I loved what I saw from the competitors. They looked so dialed in. The challenge is going to be incredible this year.
Yeah, the Chang went bang today. It was on fire. I didn't mind yesterday. You know, like this Aussie leg, if I'm thinking about sort of what has made it so great, it is the variety of conditions that we've seen and the surfers rising to those challenges, whether it is on the CT or on the Challenger Series. Today was absolutely amazing. You know, like nothing will get surfers up and about, turning up in the morning and seeing pumping lines just coming in, hitting, you know, the rock break first this morning.
Yep. Really
good surf there, and then the big tube shootout up on that north bank. It was good stuff.
Yeah, it was great stuff. And we got to call one of the heats of the day. It was an all-Aussie affair. Unbelievable stuff. And Jacob Wilcox got the job done with a couple of mid-range sixes, but all his opponents had a better number than him.
Yeah, this was incredible surfing from Jacob Wilcox, and really I think what it comes down to is just like he got his grind on. Would have been so easy to be rattled by what we were seeing in the tube. He said he wanted that stuff, but at the end of the day, he just picked his ways well and attacked them hard. That was Georgie, had a little stumble there.
Yeah, and of course we have Josh Kerr as well. The old fella doing it on the 20, and he did it well in this heat. Just found some of those pockety little nuggets, threaded the barrel perfectly, and showed a bit of flair on the finishing turns as well. So it was a really close-fought battle. And have a look at this thing from Dylan Moffat. Just car park rights coming alive up here at Newey. And everyone had a good opportunity to really rip into this heat. And this is when just everything clicked. The conditions clicked. The surfers just stood up to the challenge. Kersey, have a look at this little rotation here. Showed a bit of everything. It was just a pleasure to call this heat.
It was so fun. And yeah, this was Wilcox. And I think what we really loved was just the way he was able to drive into these turns with so much confidence and strength. You know, it would have been a rattle. There's nothing worse than seeing your mates get barreled in front of you. I reckon it's one of the worst things you can ever cop, really. But yeah, Chippo just got to work.
So many interesting stories unfolding in that one particular heat. Jacob Wilcox, he got bumped off the championship tour last year. He's trying to campaign to get back there on the Challengers. George, just freshly relegated. And then Dylan Moffat, you know, he in the past has been just a heat win away from cracking the championship tour ranks. And then, like you said, Rick, the old fella who went hard today. And the numbers were impressive. Super close one. But obviously Josh Kerr and Jacob Wilcox will be moving through to the weekend, where we can expect to see some more good surf, Rich.
Yeah, I think we're going to be in for some good surf. I think we are going to see it just settle again size-wise overnight. But conditions looking really good. I was checking out the Surfline forecast just a bit earlier.
We're going to dive into that in a minute, but right now we're going to hear from AJ with the winner of the last heat. What a performance, AJ.
An incredible performance that got the highest heat total of the day, Ronnie. Peterson, just walk me through how you wanted to attack this final heat of the day.
Thanks God. It's like pumping waves. I was surfing there before my heat all morning long, and I know the waves are incredible. I just sit and wait for the good ones and start with a 8 is always like a good start. And then I know I had to back it up, and then I did the 6.5, and then I did just like 10 minutes more for another one, and I did another 8 something. Yeah, I'm so stoked to be in the right place with the right people. Newcastle is amazing. I love this place, and that's it, step by step.
And speaking of staying with the right people, I know you're staying with Mateus Herdy while you guys are here in Newcastle, and he said there was a little pressure because he wanted to make sure that you won this heat after he won his, so you didn't face each other. How did it feel going out there knowing he'd done what he needed to do?
Yeah, we've been talking about this before I came to the contest today, and last month we did the final in Brazil, and then Deborah said 6,000 points. He won, but I got second, but we are here together, you know, with the same vibe, and yeah, one push each other, and I'm happy that we made both the hits.
Congratulations, parabéns. Before we let you go, você quer dizer mensagem para o Brasil?
Quero agradecer a todo mundo que está acompanhando aí na madrugada, altas ondas, pô, hoje foi um dia incrível. Agradecer a todos os meus patrocinadores e a minha família, minha esposa, meu filho, os meus amigos, galera de Martins, Curitiba, Praia Brava, Itajaí. Muito obrigado por tudo. Vamos que vamos. Amanhã é outro dia. Muito feliz aí começar o challenge com o pé direito. Obrigado.
Vamos que vamos. See you tomorrow.
Thank you. See you tomorrow.
Back to you, Ronnie.
Peterson Crisanto, massive numbers and just in full attack mode in that last heat. Love to see it.
Yeah, I mean, after watching a full day of people getting barreled, you know, bringing excellence to so many heats, it's going to fire you up.
Yeah.
He got fueled on that in the best possible way.
We did start the day with the women's round of 32. We saw some brilliant performances there, but our Boost Mobile heat of the day features the phenom 14-year-old Tya Zebrowski. She was on fire, Rich. We called that heat. Excellence achieved. She just blitzed the field.
Yeah, she sure did. And this was actually the first opportunity that I had to call Tya Zebrowski's heat and to really just put a detailed eye on her performance and her technique, and I was so impressed. This lady has got a huge future. After that heat, I said to you, Ron, I reckon she's going to be one of the qualifiers this year. And for such a young lady, she has just got a really mature approach to her surfing. She just built through this one, and Ellie Harrison also did some good work, and she did enough to get through and get second place. But this was a great heat.
Yeah, this is a clutch heat for Ellie, who's looking to go back-to-back here at Surfest, and she saved herself in the dying stages for them.
Yeah, she's done so well here because she really needed to get a score, and this was a tricky wave, lumps and bumps, but a big finish. And her coach, Cale Bell-Warren, absolutely stoked. But Tia, you know, she was just so strong. I've been watching a lot of footage of her, obviously, with the film I've been making with the Rip Curl Groms, and her section is on par with everyone in the film. She's doing Supermans, big airs, big barrels, you name it.
Yeah, she is. She's going to be one to watch for sure. You want to know how she got prepped for the Challenger Series? Went over to Chopes, started charging barrels, then got here a week earlier, has been doing some work with Joan Deroux. And, man, that work has paid off in a big way. Just looking so comfortable. Watch this wave. Big combo here.
Yeah, really good combo. Swooping turn to start things off, but just watch how confident she is as she goes up and attacks the lip. Just great form and really impactful turns there. So both those women on the screen progressing through. Unfortunately for Daniela Rosa, she got eliminated. And Alyssa Spencer too, you know, the former Championship Tour competitor. The more experienced surfers didn't get through that one. Just a sign of things to come, you know, the hunger of these newcomers wanting their position. Just taking down the more experienced riders.
Yeah, that crazy story about the evolution of performance on the women's side, Vaughan, continues. The veterans look sharp, but the rising Groms, they're just on another planet.
It does feel like it's the story of this entire event. Men's and women's draws have this real generational battle happening where you've got experience, you've got that sort of competition nous that you get from a lifetime of competing up against just the pure desire of these Groms who just want it so bad. It's making for a really great narrative for the whole rest of the Challenger Series.
Yeah, and in the over 50s villages all around Newcastle, they're going to be coming down to support Josh Kerr in his road through to victory.
Still half as old as us.
No, I'm just kidding. No, Kersey's absolutely blitzing it on the 20. Big rotations, getting the barrel rods as well, and you know, it's it's cool to see him keeping the Groms honest with all his experience.
I think the one advantage he's got over everyone is that he's here for Sierra. Like, this is just a bonus for him.
Totally.
Like, last year he was going in heats on the regional queue just to keep himself, occupied while she was surfing heats. He qualifies for the Challenger Series. It's the same mindset. He's just out there having a blast. He's riding this different equipment. It means nothing to him other than the fact he's got this deep competitor in him that hates to lose. So that's bad news for everyone. There's no pressure.
Hates to lose, but if he does lose, you kind of know what the reaction will be. Nah. And he'll go to the next event and go the same way. Let's have a look at the Surfline forecast, Rich. They delivered beautiful conditions for us today, and they were spot on with the call. What's coming our way the next 2 days?
Well, I think more of the same. We're going to have this strong westerly wind grooming the conditions, but the swell is going to drop a foot or two overnight, but then it'll hold through the weekend. And we've just been so lucky to just be pounded with swell. It was ugly, but it's cleaned up beautifully. Saturday, Sunday, you can see here 4 to 7 foot faces. Basically, for the entirety of the weekend, it's going to hold steady. It's going to be great conditions. Whether it's big enough for that northern bank, question mark. I think at low tide it will be, but I think at high tide, I think we'll see things shift back to the reef break.
Yeah, just looking at the forecast and what you've seen through this round of 32, both men's and women's, do you think the favourites are going to change for you with the swell dropping a little bit?
Potentially not. I just think we continue to see the cream rising all the way to the top. You think of Sammy Pupo and some of the competitors, Mateus Herdy in these later heats. If it gets smaller, they're still favoured. They've still got such a good rail game, and it's perhaps the surfers that can tap into that more aerialistic, innovative style. I think that might got bumped up the ledger in the next couple of days.
Yeah, we saw some big airs thrown out today. No doubt there'll be a few featured in our BioGland Daily Dose, running through the top 5 moments of the day. Amuro Suzuki, she went off on.
Love Amuro Suzuki's whole approach. She's an Olympic bronze medalist, a junior world champ. The qualifying series hasn't always gone her way, but she looks ready to fire. Had a tiny taste of the CT in that pandemic year. Didn't get through, but, this woman has plenty to prove, and she put it on display today.
Yeah, she was impressive, that's for sure. Big contingent of Japanese surfers here cheering her on to a massive result. Maddie McGilvray was clutch coming in at number 4, the best air that we'd seen in the event.
Oh, this guy is so rock solid, and he continues to surprise us. He is just so clutch under pressure. Rock solid.
Ended the run of Chloe Andino, also put together a solid heat in that clash, but unfortunately for Chloe, out of the mix. The air show continued this afternoon with Mateus Herdy taking flight borne, a couple of big rotations.
Oh, how good was that? The full rotator, and just cop the technique here. Oh, man. That's why he's one of the best in the world at the moment, and you really do expect this guy to get on the CT sooner rather than later. It's been a little bit of a wait, but, with surfing like this, it's undeniable. He is due for a start. Look at that stuff. Not many people have that sort of firepower.
Well, he's a wild card that's gone to the semi-finals of a CT, so he has already proven to be a big problem for many of the competitors on the Championship Tour, and he's going to be that way here at Surfest. Coming in at number 2, Eden Walla. What a moment this was for the Grom.
So sick, and one of the best barrels we've seen on the women's field in the event. She comes out. She wasn't done, had to hit that section, and keeping her brother very happy. He would have been annoyed if she didn't pull in.
I did that at the post-head interview and raced straight up the beach to get more pits. Xavier Huxtable, though, coming in at number 1. He exploded out there today, Vaughn. Big hits, nice pits.
This guy has surfed a perfect heat in a QS. He had 2 10-point rides at Nias, and that was the last time I saw his face this lit up. He was on fire in this thing. Just everything going his way. Barrels, big off the lips, hacking the daylights out of the joint, and big finishes as well. So much drama, and this guy is really taking full advantage of this opportunity on the Challenger Series.
Yeah, this was that was the opening event of when we switched to the men's, and they kind of flipped the script, didn't they? They went, hang on, something's going on up the beach there. They kind of did the shift up there, and it was just a barrel fest from there on in, and beautiful turns all afternoon. Still fizzing. Amazing day of competition.
Yeah.
How good's Surfest?
So good. Surfest is the sickest. The Challenger is on. It just feels like everything is lining up beautifully. Let's get into this weekend. I'm ready to go.
And we are going to be moving into head-to-head competition too. So make sure you go to worldsurfleague.com, have a look at those matchups. They're unbelievable. But we're going to leave you with highlights now. We'll be down here tomorrow making the call nice and early. Competition will get underway. Don't miss a second of it. Enjoy the highlights.
This copyrighted event broadcast is produced by the World Surf League for broadcast around the world and may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the written consent of the World Surf League.